Yes, guys, welcome to Flatcap EuroTalk, and this time it is going to be another scout report, maybe a former Spurs Youth Academy prospect. This time it is going to be the very well-known amongst our crowd, NONI MADUEKE. But David, how you keeping? Are you excited for this one?
Yeah, I'm absolutely buzzing. Look, he's a Tottenham boy. I know a bit about this guy. I was the first one onto him. I think I even brought him up to you a long time ago, Jack.
I think you
I
did.
was talking about him. This guy actually left Tottenham when Tottenham offered him a new contract to stay, purely because he backed his own talent and he wanted to get out there and get into first team football. So fair play to the kid, and it's
No,
working.
you got to admire that kind of mentality. You got to admire that kind of attribute. But just a quick, background on him. He's born in Barnet, North London, Dave. So, like you said, very local kid. Born in 2002. Again, just speaks to how young these players are nowadays that are coming out. He plays mostly kind of in that right wing, kind of inverted right wing position because he is a left-footed player. He can also kind of play a number 10. Maybe a bit similar to the regards of kind of Brian Hill, where they might be able to play, a variety of positions. But obviously, his club at the moment is PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands in the Eredivisie. He actually stands at 6 feet tall, 1.82 meters, which I actually think is a bit taller than I actually thought. And then as well, just from last season or in 2020, he had 7 goals and 4 assists, which, I think is, decent rate for someone who probably was 18 at the time. But let's move on to maybe just his attributes before we give you the highlight reaction. Like I said, he's an inverted winger, which is becoming very popular these days. I think his close control is actually unbelievable. His first touch is fantastic, and he really has maybe that ability to keep the ball very glued to his feet. Very tricky guy to follow, actually. Very tricky in terms of his kind of body feints and shifts and whatnot. And he plays quite direct, quite forward. Any of these attributes, Dave, maybe that kind of ring a bell to you, or even maybe ones that I'm missing?
Look, powerful. He's powerful, Jack. 6 foot. He's a powerhouse. Big, chunky legs on him as well. This guy is powerful. I would even put the argument if he was at Tottenham now, he'd probably be in and around the first team. I would reckon.
Yeah.
Look, inverted winger, perfect nowadays. Look, we could do so much with him on the right hand side, providing competition for Lucas Moore, cutting in on the left if you want that something, cutting in onto his left foot if you want that something different. He's got very good close control. He is very tricky and direct as well. He's everything you say there, but we need to add powerful. I think powerful is the one that we're missing.
Yeah, I think you're right. And also more competition for Lucas. He's the only guy that can really play that inverted right wing position. He's right footed, Lucas, and this guy's left footed. So be a bit more natural for Madueke's. But without further ado, let's break down this highlight reaction here, everybody. It is going to be from Brazil Scout Premium as per usual. I really do enjoy their site for it. And hopefully we'll be able to maybe see some of these highlights, some of these attributes that we were speaking about. But he's very tricky, but he's not as much, as big on the step overs and whatnot. He's actually maybe more of just your
Look
kind
at
of
that.
traditional, very tricky player, Dave.
Honestly, imagine him in front of Tanganga with that strength. That'd be ridiculous. Look at
These
that.
are also
You
some
can't
of
stop.
these. Yeah, he's actually beautiful in the way he's actually very graceful in the way that he does it as well. And you actually can now see actually maybe that bit of that power and that height. He is a lot taller now when I think about it than he looks.
Don't get me wrong, he's still raw, but he has plenty of years to nurture. But look at that, he's just so direct. It kills teams. Being direct kills teams nowadays.
Mm, I definitely think so. But also, you can even see at times as there you go as well that pressing nature, that very direct and powerful nature, like you spoke about, Dave. And I really also rate his ability to. This hopefully is a nice pass. That takes a bit of time on the finish. Thank God he finished that. But honestly, his ability to cut inside, I think, is just going to be very underrated. We just need somebody who can do that. Whoa.
Oh, no, honestly, send everyone else home. That's sick. Oh,
Here we
look at
go on the England team as well. Also, we like to have a headband, kind of player as well, Dave. We're kind of lacking somebody on this team with a headband, I would say, and it's
yeah.
good to see, maybe him do it and maybe rock it. But here it is, again, he's so good with the left foot. I would say he's just one of those players, kind of like Riyad Mahrez, where he doesn't need to be, two-footed. He's so good with one foot as it is.
So far, watching him, yeah, the defense, because he's so powerful and direct, they have no option. Great finish. No option but to take him out, Jack.
Yeah, and that's what we saw in one of the first highlights. You're exactly right, Dave. Great point, actually. We've seen that, when he skins past his man, they practically can't do anything about it other than just practically drag him to the floor. So again, he's probably very ready for the Premier League in that regard.
There we
Decent
are.
finish through the legs, through the wickets of the keeper there.
All while the player's hanging out the back of him. Give him a saddle.
Go.
Oh,
Oh, that is a roof finish. Oh, I'd love to see that. Wow, that's actually nothing you can stop. You can't
he,
stop that, actually. You
he's
can't
very
actually
much
stop that.
a bit like Lucas Moura, Jack, isn't he?
He loves to cut inside in the way Lucas does, and he just will take on one after another. And maybe, like you said, like Lucas Moore, look at it. He's not afraid to, run at 4 players, 5 players. He certainly has no sense of wow, that's a great finish. I think that might have been Cody Gakpo. Um, I really just think David, his ability, like you said, like Lucas Moore, like this, right? Wow, that's
Oh,
insane. Running after 4 or 5 players at once. He's just so brave, actually, when you think about it. So incredibly brave.
good finish.
Very close control there. That's my favorite goal
Oh,
of his. I've seen that one before. That is a brilliant goal right there.
just keep
That
that
is what I'm saying. The Riyad Mahrez is kind of right there, actually. You can see that going through him. He actually is similar to a lot of players. That was a no-look pass, very cheeky.
that last goal they just showed, right? You can tell prior to that they've just been hounded by this guy running at them because they were all backing off, expecting him to open his legs, and then he just rifled it into the top corner.
Oh, that's another penalty shout. So he
Oh,
has that, and that's a very seductive touch, actually, as well. He's practically looking for it because he knew the guy would lunge, almost made it look like the ball was too
what a
far in
pass.
front of him.
What a pass.
That's Cody Gakpo. I want both of them, Dave. I actually want both of them very bad.
Oh, he's killing them with just raw pace.
Got to bury that.
I do think someone does has to kind of work with him a little, maybe on his end product a little bit. Looking at this, he is still raw. Look, I know a good bit about this guy. He is still a bit raw, but
hmm
once he does get that end product sorted, he's going to be a phenomenal player. He's going to be very, very hard to play against. Like, we were talking about offering 35, 40 million for Adama Traore in the transfer window.
Yeah,
But if you would have just kept this guy, you have your own.
no, I think easily he did sign that new contract, which would mean, he probably would go for a bit more, but you probably could get him for even less than that Adama Traore fee. I'd probably say around 30 million is probably what they would, probably, accept, especially a club like PSV Eindhoven to a degree. They are a selling club,
What
compared to other maybe Premier League clubs. They are a selling club, PSV Eindhoven. I think they would accept it. Also, we had
you
a good
should
relationship. We might have a decent relationship with them, actually, with how much we pay for Stevie B when you think about it. So, they probably would accept it. Maybe it's not one of the clubs that Daniel Levy has ruined his relationship with either.
hopefully not. One,
Ooh,
three. He was going for the third there.
look at how many players. It's actually Messi like. Look how many players actually
Yeah.
surround him when he's going on these runs as well,
Right.
and he's willing to take on so many at once. Wow, that was a ridiculous touch. I'll be seeing you. Dropped him to the
Oh,
deck.
that's birdie. It's just a raw pace. Look, they have no option. Just take him out. It's all they can do.
Yeah, and it's good to see someone who's so
Oh,
long and so tall as well with that kind of pace. Ooh, that is shifty. That is shifty. That
oh,
is shifty.
oh yeah. That's what we're
To
talking.
a degree as well, though. I mean, he will draw a lot of attention because even if they know where he wants to go, like you said, even if he is a bit raw, he still look how much attention he will draw. So that means that only opens up space for other players. That's another penalty shout.
Honestly, this guy is just getting abused in this Dutch league. It's not right. I feel bad for him. Come back to us.
Oh, don't tell me he buries that.
Oh, you naughty
Oh,
boy.
good save,
Okay.
actually.
Here we go. Honestly, he's just like taking sweets
Ooh,
off the table. Look,
that's the
you
spinner.
can see it already coming. See there? Good finish, but he needs to be dinking that over the keeper. That's on all day long.
He's actually, it's more, I think, his teammates in this regard. Actually, they're not bearing some of these chances for him. I will admit,
Now that's a delicious ball in. That is a
someone
delicious.
had to get on the end of that.
That's a dream. If you're a winger running in or a midfielder running in, that is a dream. Oh yeah, back post. Jeez, the ground he made up there in a short space of time to get on the end of that. Fair play.
Oh, that is beautiful
Oh,
disguise. That was disguised so well. He
his
is
first,
majestic. He's actually majestic to watch.
his
Beautiful
first
to watch.
touch, his first touch is unbelievable. His first touch is class.
We
It's
should
maybe
have
the
actually added
small
that
bit.
in the attributes. I put close control as, one of them, but actually should have put first touch as well. That first touch is unbelievable, Dave. You should, yeah, well said.
His first touch just gets him away every single time. Every single time his first touch gets him away.
I love that he goes for these kind of hits, though. I really actually enjoy seeing that. He's not afraid to hit it from distance.
Good pass.
This is where I think that number 10, kind of a playmaker kind of role can come into play. But Madueke, Dave, I mean, what would be maybe as a kind of a parting note, what would be kind of the fee that you would probably say is realistic for this guy? Because I think we both want him badly. He did sign that new contract, though, with PSV, just so I think that, he wouldn't go on a free or for a very cheap fee. So he might stay there for maybe another season, could get, he could maybe have a fee in the summer, arrive, but I think we would have to maybe pay a bit more than maybe previously.
Yeah, I reckon about 25, 30 mil is what they'd probably be looking for him now. Look, he has all the raw attributes you need. He just needs someone to be able to coach him with maybe a bit of his decision making in his end product. That first touch is unbelievable. That first touch every single time gets him away, and then it's just field in front of him. After that, then is where he needs the coaching.
Mm.
Look, for me, I think he's a very good player. I think, look, if Tottenham are looking at spending 35, 40 million on Adama Traore, why not just go and get a guy that you let go for free? A guy that should still be at Tottenham. The kid backed himself. He knows he has the talent. That shows to me he also has the mentality to be the best. To get out there and show that he backs himself. He has some good mentality. So for me, look, I reckon if he was still at Tottenham, he would be challenging for in and around that first team. I do think he'll be there right now. Look, I would like to see Tottenham go and get him back. But right now, we do have other things that we need to address. But in the future, I would like to see this kid come back.
Mm. Especially if we maybe were to get rid of some of the dead weight in this club, you might be able to cut that fee in half. I would also say as well, I like how you spoke about the mentality. He even moved, to Eindhoven, and I think even the city or the town really that he stayed in as well. Very, very quiet, kind of sleepy town. So he's not, up for the big bright lights or anything. Like you said, he's a true professional, true player. And I think we're very, very excited to see this guy grow, especially being, a former Tottenham product and a former Spurs man. But hopefully he'll make that big sensational return back to us. But that'll be all for now. David and I will be coming at you with more scout reports as per usual, as well as, plenty of other content. But we'll be seeing you.